Good morning, everyone. Michelle Hart here. This morning, I think this might be dangerous. I might regret this, but this is a day to solve problems. I'm just going off of what is the gut feeling, and I feel like today is a solving problems kind of day, and that's part of the reason I pulled out this particular deck. This is Heaven and Earth Tarot, and I like this one when I need just complete honesty. It's a good deck for honesty and just the truth, whether or not you want to hear it. So, at least for me, that's what it's been. It's been a very blunt. That's the word. It's a very blunt deck. And oh goodness gracious. You know, I feel like this is something else. I think it's connected, but I don't think this is part of the spread I'm going to be doing here. So the first thing I want to think about is, why does this problem keep repeating in your life or my life? This is a problem that seems to be a continuing thing. So I'm sorry, I don't know if you guys can hear that. There is hammering down with our neighbors down below. Actually, let me do it this way. We're going to put you up here. I'm moving my cards around so they're easier to read. So, yeah, first thing we want to know is, what is the problem that keeps coming up? And the next thing we want to know is, what is the root cause of this problem? Because, you know, it's much more helpful to know what the causes of something. It's so much easier to deal with if you know what's causing whatever the issue may be. So we're going to start kind of with that. The next thing is, what will happen? We need to know what will happen if this problem is ignored. And then we need to know what you are ignoring, or what I am ignoring personally. What inner guidance are we ignoring? And of course, how to overcome whatever this problem is once and for all. We want it done and dealt with. So the problem seems to be related to, I suppose I should start with, this is the Knight of Wands, and it's kind of hard to read the words through video, I know that. So this is Knight of Wands, King of Swords, Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, and then this is the Five of Pentacles. So right off the bat, what the problem that, like, why does this problem keep repeating in my life? And it seems to be because there is a fiery temper going on. The Knight is all about like movement and moving forward, almost like rashly, just bullheaded into things. That seems to be what's causing the problem. Whatever you're dealing with today, especially, but just even in general. Like, I know this is like a daily reading thing that I've been doing here, but this is just in general. It's good to grab a hold of the reins sometimes, and not just rush into things so rashly. But the root cause of the problem is, we're looking at the King of Swords here, and the King of Swords is very Hmm. Very straightforward, intellectual type. And this seems to be, the message I'm getting is that this might be a male figure in your life that kind of triggered it when you were young. Because I'm looking at, they have, it's, I don't know if you can see, but they have little cherub down at the king's feet here. And I look at that, go, man, you were just kind of like, you were terrified of a male figure. I suspect a father. And that had some major influences. You felt like you had to rush through things and you had to do everything perfectly. You didn't have, I suspect because he was an intellectual, you did not, and you might not be. And this might not be for everyone, but for some of you, I feel like this is the father figure here, the male figure is the intellectual type, and you move too slow for him. And so now you feel like you have to rush into everything, and but it's not you. That's not your personality. You don't need to rush into things. Just ease up on the need for speed. Ease up on that. And that fire of hastiness will kind of be quelched a little bit. I think that's the right word, quelched. But we'll continue. We'll move on. So what will happen? We want to know what will happen if you ignore this problem. And we have the Queen of Wands here. And the Queen of Wands, while she is a very regal figure, and you might actually even accomplish, like she seems very accomplished, especially in this deck, but she to me feels very alone right now. And there's a hard-headedness. The Wands is a very I almost want to say there's an earthiness to this whole deck, so it's hard to tell whether that's kind of just the card itself or just the whole deck, but there's a solidity to her that is just kind of screaming out at me right now. But it's not necessarily that, not solid as in stable necessarily, but solid as in stubborn. You just get the feeling, I get the feeling that this is a stubbornness issue at this point. And that stubbornness will cause you to push people away or to, I'm trying to find a way to word this nicely. Your stubbornness is off-putting to some people, and you're going to end up kind of lonely, I think, if that kind of thing continues. So what inner guidance, what does your internal compass, what's it been trying to tell you that you've been ignoring? And so for that, we have the Queen of Pentacles. And this is, you have been feeling like you don't want to spend the money on self-care. You need to take care of yourself. You need that self-care. But it's like you've been avoiding spending that money on yourself to take care of yourself. I almost, for some people, I feel like that's therapy. There's some, I definitely don't think that pertains to everybody. Because I know it's a rough financial burden to take on for some people, but for some people you can swing this, but you just haven't been wanting to. And the end result is like, you need to get this done for yourself. You need to take care of yourself and go back and deal with the past demons that are still haunting you. And the final question that we want answered is, how can we overcome this problem once and for all? And we have the Five of Pentacles showing us that you look at the image, you have a couple of people in the snow, in the cold, and it's kind of a depressing scene. It's not great, right? But to me, I am getting the message, I'm getting the feeling that the way to overcome this problem is to look for help. Because if you notice in this sad, depressing scene here, there is a church window. It looks like a church window behind these people, and the lights are on, and it seems actually like it's open and available to them potentially, but they're just choosing to walk right by it. They're so focused on their own inner problems. You know, I think that this is what these cards are for here. There is more to this last, I don't know how to put these out here, because this is not exactly part of my original thought process here, but we'll scoot these babies over here. I don't know why I did that. I flip cards at random, I swear, but so I'm trying to organize this kind of in my head. The whole feeling of it is, this is a problem that will be overcome through hard work on your part, collaborating with others even. This is kind of, I feel like, back to maybe therapy, or at least having someone you can confide in, dealing with whatever the problem is. But there needs to be some kind of like working with other people. But there is one, and I kind of hesitate to say this one, but I feel like in this Justice card here, you are waiting for some kind of justice. You are waiting for, you feel like the scales are uneven. The balance is not there. And because of that, I think that's slowed your progress. This problem keeps coming up. Whatever this issue really is for you, This problem keeps coming up because you feel like it's not fair. Life's not fair. The situation, whatever it is not fair. Whether it is or isn't is irrelevant, because you do not need their permission, whoever this other person is, however you feel you've been wronged, you do not need their permission to move on. You don't. I see the Knight of Swords is right next to the Justice, and the way these cards are, the Knight almost looks like it's attacking the Justice, and to me that's saying that you're focusing too much on the justice of things instead of taking care of yourself and working with people who really care about you. It's not your job, first of all, to bring justice, to bring other people to justice. I mean, it might be if you're a police officer, I suppose, or a judge or something, you know, I don't know. But generally speaking, for the general populace, it's not your job. And you need to kind of cut through that feeling of injustice so that you can move forward. Find people to work with that care for you and that will actually help you in dealing with this problem. And then at the end, the Fool is at the start of every tarot deck. It's the beginning card. And especially in this deck, I love how carefree and hopeful this Fool is. They have a dove in the background. There's a certain, that's just such a symbol of peace to me. I don't know what it is to you guys, but it's such a symbol of peace to me. And I think it's in whatever this problem is that keeps coming up in your life, ultimately, you can't ignore it. It's just going to make you feel lonely and miserable. Quit being so stubborn about things. Take care of yourself. Look to others when you need to. And that will bring such peace and just relief to you. I really hope, this is so much going on with whoever this is. There's so much going on and it's so involved. It's a lot to take in. But I really hope that it was helpful to somebody. That's really what I want more than anything, just in starting this channel, is I want to help people. I want to help heal in the ways that I know how. And I want to ease as much suffering as I can in my own way. So I really do hope this helps you, and that you are able to get through this. Well, I'll whoever this is, I will say a prayer for you, and that everything goes well, and that you'll be able to reach your goal and accomplish and solve this problem, whatever it is. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. If you get the chance to let me know if this has impacted you in a positive way, leave a comment. I'm completely blind as setting up these videos here and everything, putting them out, completely blind, because I don't know if they impact you positively or negatively, or if they are something that you want to see more of or less of. I don't know if they've helped you or not, and since that's my goal, I would love to hear if this has actually been helpful to somebody. So if you can leave that in the comment, or put a like on the video, whatever it takes, just to kind of let me know that I am helping somebody. I really do truly desire to bring a little bit of peace and joy to somebody's life. So have a beautiful rest of the day, and I want you guys to take good care of yourselves today. All right? Have a good one.